No runs.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. Thank you for your patience as we get on board here, bringing you Coach K Memorial Classic action here on TableRockSports.net. Just jumping in here after the folks from 541 Media had wrapped up their broadcast of the Doc Stewarts in action earlier this afternoon. Score from that, the Stewarts end up taking the victory in that affair by a score of 3-0. Here, this game just underway. We just got through the top of the first. And for the Salem WellCare Dodgers, no runs, one hit, and no Mustang errors. So as we get settled in here, we'll let you know that Jager Hahn, right-hander, taking the mound for the Dodgers. And he will be taking on, I want to get the scoreboard up to date here. We are at the bottom of the first. The Dodgers will face a Mustangs lineup that looks like this. Leading off will be the designated hitter, Freeman Roundtree. He'll be followed in the order by the third baseman, Brady Patterson. Sean McFall will bat third and play shortstop. The cleanup man will be Cade Pedersen playing center field. We'll get the start in right field, hitting sixth. Batting seventh will be Kellen Willer, the first baseman. Hitting eighth will be the left fielder, Jake Lewis. The number 9 hitter will be second baseman, Dom Daffron. And getting the Mustangs through the first half of the inning, starting pitcher today for the Mustangs is Mason Baker. Hahn starts out the game with a strike. 0-1 to Roundtree. Most of his action with the Mustangs has been seen on the pitcher's mound. Bouncing ball, hit up the middle. Base hit for Roundtree as the leadoff man gets aboard. Brady Patterson.
Go to first, maybe a tough play. Not in time. Does the camera look level to you?
Yeah.
Okay, that looks level.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for your patience as we get some technical things squared away here. We set up on the fly. We're here at the Coach K tournament. Runner aboard for the Dodgers with 2 gone here in the top of the second. At the plate, Owen Wood, the catcher. Runner will go, and he'll find the hole just wide of second base. Lead runner motors into third. So Wood gets aboard with the second hit of the day for the Dodgers. We got first and third with 2 out. And Nolan Ricks, third baseman. Mason Baker on the hill for the Mustangs. From the stretch, comes to the plate, bouncing ball, comebacker. Mason there, parachutes it to first, and there's 3 gone. The Dodgers get a pair of men aboard, but unable to score. We'll take a quick timeout, and then we'll be back with the bottom of the second following these messages on TableRockSports.net.
For over 50 years, each day has started with a smile, a helping hand, and a promise to be there when you need us most. Delivering on that promise are our hard-working, dedicated employees. At Sherm's, we're proud to be an essential part of our community and look forward to keeping our selection, quality, and value where our customers deserve for many years to come. Sherm's Food for Less and Thunderbird Market.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Back here at the yard at Eagle Point, this will be the home for the next 3 days for the Coach K Memorial Classic in honor of longtime Mustangs manager Sandy Kensinger. Mustangs have already staked themselves to a 3-0 lead. Jager Hahn getting set to go as the second inning gets underway. Had a chance to talk with Art Cummins, the manager for the Dodgers, before this. The well-cared Dodgers, the youngest team in AAA American Legion, going through some growing pains. But they're grateful to have a team out on the field and play and continue to grow and gain an experience. Pitch inside from Hahn as he goes to work. And a little dunker there, but a nice catch made out in right field. Jeff Bloom there to make the play, and there's one gone. Kyle Clements here on the camera, and Kyle, I think that one will find its way to Diamond Gems tonight. Dom Daffron, arguably the ace of the Mustangs pitching staff, getting a start in the field here. One of 2 games that will be played today here by the Mustangs in the tournament, and that'll give Coach John King an opportunity to take advantage of some of his depth. Daffron, just 9 at-bats on the season, but he has 4 hits for his trouble, so certainly doesn't need a GPS to find his way to the plate. He's going to pop this one up. Play made at second base. Isaac Irwin there closes the glove on it, and there's 2 gone. So back to the top of the order to Freeman Roundtree. And Roundtree got aboard in his first at-bat and scored the opening run of the game. And again, like Daffron, Roundtree, most of his work has been done on the bump for the Mustangs, but he's going to get a chance to start here. According to our unofficial stats, we got Roundtree just 1 for 3 on the year. So, again, limited work, but opportunity here as he assumes the DH spot today. Hahn will miss on the pitch. Roundtree ahead, 2-1 with 2 gone. Bottom 2. Roundtree, Ashland High product, pops it up in the air. Making the play at shortstop is Wilson Herrera, and that will retire the side. For the Mustangs, no runs, no hits, no errors. We'll go to the top of the third on the other side of this break.
Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Want surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life? Now's the time to call State Farm agent Rory Wold in Medford.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This has been my profession for 30 plus years now. I really love my work. We try to source as many ingredients as we can, as local as possible, like local fruits and vegetables. We have a menu like you would find in any nice restaurant. We don't make it until you order it, so everything will be coming out fresh. We do have wonderful desserts here as well. Every day you have 5 or 6 options as far as the fresh dessert go. People are bringing their friends and family and wanting to show off what we have here to offer.
Come take a tour of Twin Creeks and meet our award-winning
Top of the third, Mustangs leading here at the yard at Eagle Point High School, 3-0. Corey Sidwell back to the top of the Dodger order. Baker comes to the plate, swing and a miss, strike one. Baker from North Medford High School. On this solid Mustangs pitching staff, he's definitely been a part of it. In 10 2/3 innings, he has a 2.05 ERA. Screamer hit out to center field, running it down, making the play. Cade Pedersen. And there's one gone.
Shortstop, number 1, Wilson Herrera.
Wilson Herrera will stand in. Dodger shortstop. Pops it up in the air to about medium depth in center field. Pedersen makes a few steps to his left, makes the catch, and there's 2 gone. Tanner Antone comes to the plate. Antone, Dodger first baseman, right-handed hitter. Catching the corner. Baker gets ahead 0-1. Pitch outside. Nicks off the mitt of the catcher. 1-1 the count. Now one pounded in the dirt foul as the count goes 1-2. Baker with a 2-0 record on the year, 2.05 ERA. Pair of strikeouts. Count 2-2. Baker winds, fires, swing and a miss on the inside pitch. And that will retire the side for the Dodgers. 3 up, 3 down, and nobody on board. We'll take a 60-second timeout, and we'll be back with more here on TableRockSports.net.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you.
Former athletes.
Parents.
Community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes and stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Go to the home half of the third inning. Mustangs with a 3-0 lead. Second game of the day out here in Eagle Point at the Coach K Memorial Classic. Noon today, Corvallis and Roseburg went at it, and it was the Doc Stewarts prevailing by a score of 3-0. Have this game going on. Then we have Idaho Falls taking on Reno at 4:40. Then at 7 o'clock tonight, and you can catch this game if you can't make it to the ball field, Medford will host Idaho Falls. Ball hit in the air to center field. Running back on it. Can't get there in time. It'll bounce to the wall. And Brady Patterson motors into second with the extra base hit. Runner in scoring position with nobody out. McFall, the hitter, coming in with a .362 batting average. Bouncing ball, hit down to third. Throw across the infield is not in time. The runner will stay at second.
Your center fielder, number 6, Cade Peterson.
McFall on with the infield hit, and here's Cade Pedersen. And runner's going to try to take third, and he's safe. Brady Patterson, busting that old stereotype of the lumbering catcher, has shown ability for swiping bags. And speaking of which, the runner goes here. But the catcher will hold on to it. So now we have runners at second and third with nobody down. 2-0 the count to Pedersen. Hahn from the stretch. Pitch low. Gets away from the catcher, but nobody advances here. Got a hitter's count now at 3-0. First base open. Hahn, pitch outside. Now, Pedersen takes the jaunt down to first. So bases loaded, nobody out. Pitch to the plate. That one's going to bounce through. 1 run will score. Another runner coming in from third. He'll slide into home as 2 runs score on the play. Easton Douglas, who's getting the start at catcher this afternoon, gets the courtesy runner. Runners at the corners now. And here's Jack Nips. Runner heads down to second. Pitch outside. There will be no play at second, so we got second and third with nobody out.
Running for Douglas is number 3, Easton Curtis.
Easton Curtis serving as the courtesy runner. Nips, the hitter. 4 hits and 13 at-bats and a home run. Product of Cascade Christian High School, playing at the junior college level. Ball hits, bouncing ball into left field, base hit. 1 run will come home as Pedersen scores. Also coming in is Curtis. And it's a 7-0 ball game.
First baseman, number 25, Kellen Willer.
Kellen Willer playing first base. Big right-handed hitter from North Medford. Pitch outside, that gets away from the catcher. Nips chugs into second. Bottom of the third. Mustangs open the game with 3 in the first. Have 4 and counting here in the second. Still nobody out. Hahn does a nice job of catching the corner there. Gets a strike on the board. Hahn and Willer dunks that into right field. Runner will come around. Throw wide of home. Nips will score to make it 8-0. Kellen Willer with his 7th RBI of the season. Jake Lewis, another one of those Mustang pitchers who hasn't seen a whole lot of time in the field so far this year, is getting that opportunity this afternoon. And he's going to hit that one up the middle, base hit. Station to station they go. We have runners at first and second.
Second baseman, number 11, Dom Daffron.
Dom Daffron getting ready to come in. Come up to hit. We'll have a little conference on the hill. Most of these players for the Salem Well Care Dodgers, products of North and South Salem. Sprague. Got a player from West Albany on the roster. But again, a lot of young players on this team. Hahn, one of the few recent graduates on this team. Cummins says definitely this team is in a definite building effort. Daffron. Hahn gets ahead of him, 0-1. Ball hit in the air to left center field, and that one's going to drop in. Daffron gets aboard to load the bases. Freeman Roundtree. Today's designated hitter, and again, this is one of 2 games to be played by the Mustangs. Ball hit in the air to left field. The catch is made. And now we've got a little bit of hang up there on the bases. Willer grins a little bit as he comes home. He was ready to go back to the bag, but the trailing runner, Lewis, kind of forced his hand for a little bit. And if you're a Mustangs fan, fortunately for him, he managed to get home safely. Got 1 out in the inning. And a runner at third. Runners at the corners, I should say. Meanwhile, ball hit all the way out to center field. That gets beyond the outstretched glove of the center fielder. A run scores, another one comes home. Mustangs taking a commanding 11-0 lead.
Number 18, Sean McFall.
Sean McFall, the hitter. Usually see him at third, but he is playing short today, at least in game 1. Runner down to third. McFall ahead in the count, 1-0. Waits the pitch from Hahn. Pitch up as the count goes, 2-0. Hahn from the stretch, bouncing ball, hit down to second base. Throw to first. And there's 2 gone, but a run will come home.
Center fielder, number 6, Cade Peterson.
That'll bring up Cade Pedersen. Pitch in under the hands. Goes for a ball, 1-0. Summer sports action brought to you by our title sponsor, Lithia Jeep Dodge Chrysler, where you can find great deals on the lot or at lithiasuperstore.com. And also by Rogue Credit Union, with locations throughout Southern Oregon to serve you. Speaking of Rogue Credit Union, proud sponsor of these Medford Mustangs. 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Two and one with 2 gone. Base is empty. Pitch fouled back as the count goes 2-0. Pedersen, a youngster, just completed his sophomore year at North Medford. Gonna hit the ball high in the air to right field over in foul territory. And away it goes and out, and the count remains at 2-2. Pedersen awaits the pitch. Inside to run the count full at 3-2. Payoff pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that will retire the side. Your score after 3 complete. It is the Rogue Credit Union Medford Mustangs 12 and the Salem WellCare Dodgers nothing. We'll be back with more baseball for you on the other side of this break.
In the heart of the Rogue Valley, RVTD connects us all, not just through miles traveled, but also through time. With renewable technologies and more convenient ways to get around, RVTD's building a future that keeps our region connected. Public transportation isn't just about getting from here to there. It's about the journey, past, present, and future. Rogue Valley Transportation District, celebrating 50 years of moving our community forward.
Don't miss the President's Day sales event at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from our great inventory of new Jeep Gladiator and Grand Cherokee 4x4 models in stock now. Or test drive a new 25 Ram 1500 4x4. Shop online today with our online process to calculate your own payment, whether it's a lease, finance, or cash payment. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
To the top of the 4th we go. Mason Baker sailing along. Has a strikeout on the game. Has pitched 2-hit shutout baseball thus far. And in this inning, he'll see Johnston, Knoll, and Irwin. Ryder Johnston playing left field. Lefty stick. Off the tip of the glove. Deflected. Throw over to first. Did he get him? Yes, he did. 1 up, 1 down.
Designated hitter, number 7, Caden Knoll.
So Caden Knoll will stand in with 1 out. Right-handed hitter, even stance. He's going to hit that one right up the middle. Lollipop there falls to Pedersen, and there's 2 gone.
Second baseman, number 6, Isaac Irwin.
Isaac Irwin will stand in. Dodgers second baseman, pitch outside. Baker winds, fires. That pitch in tight and pulled foul by Irwin. Nobody aboard. We see Baker pitching from the windup, and one of the things we've noticed in recent years, you have more and more young pitchers who just pitch out of the stretch at all times. A lot of coaches will tell you that That's more for economy of movement than anything else. Inside pitch runs the count to 3-1. That one just catches the inside corner. Little Sherwin-Williams number there to make it 3-2. Ball hit up the middle. There to make the play is McFall. I do this every day about 5 times before breakfast, and that'll retire the side. It's a 12-0 ball game. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th, and we'll have that for you right after these messages.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Fielder makes the catch, throws back to first to double him off.
Oh, no. Oh, man. Welcome back to the yard in Eagle Point. Jim McCoy along with Kyle Clement on the camera. First day of the Coach K Memorial Classic. Just ruminating a little bit about some baseball, Major League style. And just in case, on the hope that Joe isn't paying attention, my Dodgers were 3-1 victors, and Kyle was just telling me about how that game came to an end.
And my Angels are now 500.
And Kyle's a happy man. The Angels playing 500 ball. Well, you'll be pleased to know all the way back in 2002 when the Giants and the Giants and the Angels were playing in the series. I was a Dodger fan during that. An Angel fan during that series. I forget. I think it might have been Game 4. I think my son was born about like an hour after the game ended. Leading off, the Easton Douglas. Douglas been seeing a little bit more playing time of late. One of the things you have to love about this Mustang squad, it seems like year to year, Coach King and Nate Maben before him, and of course going all the way back to the late Sandy Kensinger, there's always been a lot of versatility on this team, and quite often you see a lot of guys playing positions in American Legion baseball that they don't ordinarily for their high school teams. But Douglas getting some playing time today as Brady Patterson moves from out behind the plate. Douglas coming into today's action, hitting .333, 5 hits in 15 at-bats. Gets ahead here, 1-0. So it's Douglas. He'll be followed by Jack Nips, and then Kellen Willer. Strike on the outside corner. Three-one count to the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the fourth. Pitch inside as Douglas walks down to first. Catcher will get a courtesy runner, so Easton Curtis, who ordinarily starts in center field, guessing here they're saving him up for the nightcap. There's a pitch right down Broadway. Pitch inside. Now leaving up the count at 1-1. Runner aboard with nobody out. Pitch runs outside. Caden Knoll, the pitcher, in relief of Hahn. Knoll started the day as the designated hitter. Advantage Nips on the 3-1 count. Knoll to the plate. That'll move Curtis into scoring position.
First baseman, number 25, Kellen Willer.
Kellen Willer comes up to the plate. Willer, check swing, a strike, 0-1. Drive hit out to right field, and this one's going to sail over the head of the Dodgers right fielder. Runner comes around third. A second run will score, and it's 14-0. So Willer with a productive outing this afternoon. Jake Lewis that one yanked foul down the first base line. Lewis playing out in left field today. I guess if you'd say that there's an ace of the relief corps for the Mustangs, it would be Lewis, who leads the team in appearances. Roller down to short, throw over to first is in time.
Second baseman, number 11, Medford.
One gone. Dom Daffron. Winning pitcher the other night, as the Mustangs got some early week action in. At the dish, ahead 1-0. Ball hit in the air to right field. Very shallow, and that will fall in. Run scores. Little Texas leaguer. Makes it a 15-0 ball game. To the top of the order we go. Freeman Roundtree, Mustangs designated hitter. 1-0 pitch on the way. Bouncing ball. That'll fall into right field for a base hit. Runner will come around third. Daffron comes home. The hit parade continues for the Mustangs, who have 14 on the afternoon. And here's Brady Patterson. Patterson goes the opposite way. Finds that 5-6 hole. Patterson, ordinarily see him at catcher, but he's at third base this afternoon as Douglas gets the start behind the plate. And we'll have a pinch hitter in the game. Evan Roden comes up for McFall. Roden, another one of those Mustang pitchers that we don't see hit a lot, but here he comes up here. 2 for 7 on the season with 3 runs scored. Nice, respectable, 286 average. Pitch catches the inside corner. Noel gets ahead. 0-1. Bouncing ball. Trouble for the first baseman. Coming around and scoring is Roundtree. Roden comes off, and I believe I saw an 18 on the back there, which would make it McFall. Pedersen, not a lot of home run hitting on this Mustang team, but Pedersen with a couple of dingers on the season. And talk about versatility, he's another guy that we'll see on the bump a pretty fair amount. Bouncing ball underneath the glove of the Dodgers' third baseman. Mustangs score another run to make it 18-0. And here's Easton Douglas. Pitch outside, gets away from the catcher. Runners advance. So we got runners at second and third. 1 down. Bouncing ball down to first. And Anton wins the foot race. But a run will come home. So we got 2 gone. And a runner at third. So the Mustangs with 3 in the first, none in the second, 9 in the third, and 7 here in the fourth. Ball hit in the air, shallow, and can't quite get there. A run will come home to make it 20-0. Kellen Willer with the runner at first. 2 gone. Pitch gets away from the catcher. Runner now in scoring position. As things stand now, the Dodgers will have one more opportunity in the top of the 5th. And of course, if the margin is 10 runs or greater, the game will end via the mercy rule. 3-0 count. Bouncing ball down to second. Throw over to first is in time, and that will retire the side. Mustangs cruising along in dominating fashion. They lead this one 20-0. We'll be back after these messages on TableRockSports.net.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like, too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Go to the top of the 5th. Mason Baker remains on the bump for the Mustangs. Mason in pursuit of his 3rd win of the season. Mostly he's worked in relief, but getting the start here today, and for his troubles, just 2 hits surrendered in the ball game. Swing and a miss. Rust, the hitter. Getting an opportunity here. Swing and a miss as the count goes 0-2. Baker retires the first batter he sees on strikes.
Pitcher, number 21, Owen Wood.
Owen Wood, the hitter. Pitch inside, 1-0. With that left foot kind of pointed toward the left field bleachers. Open stance. Pitch fouled off. 1-1 the count. Pitch off target as the count goes 2-1. Bouncing ball hit up the middle. Throw across the infield, and there's 2 gone. This will bring up Owen Wood. I take that back. That's Nolan Ricks, number 19. Ricks, third baseman for the Salem WellCare Dodgers. Gets ahead of Baker here. Pitch in tight, but it catches that inside corner. Baker been doing a nice job of locating his pitches all afternoon. Called strike 3. And that will do it. The Medford Mustangs run their record to 16-2 on the season as a result of their 20-0 victory against the Salem WellCare Dodgers. We'll go ahead and begin wrapping things up here. Next on the schedule here in Eagle Point, and there's some really good American League action going on here at the Coach K tournament. One of the top teams in the country, Idaho Falls, will be taking on the Mustangs at 7 o'clock tonight, and we'll have that game for you on Table Rock Sports. But before that, Idaho Falls will be playing at 4:40 against Reno. Well, that'll wrap up things here. For Kyle Clements, I'm Jim McCoy. Thank you for joining us, and have a great weekend. We'll be back with you at about 6:45.